It's important to mention that Liverpool today, Thursday, are advancing fast on a deal to sign Gyökeres And Ekitike. So let's recap what really happened and what's the situation right now while I'm recording this video. You remember on Monday, the bomb, the big story about Alexander Isak and Gyökeres And Ekitike. I came here on YouTube and I told you Liverpool approached Newcastle for Alexander Isak, but also on Tuesday what happened is that Liverpool at the same moment while they were discussing with Newcastle for Alexander Isak, showing their intention to present an official bid for Isak worth £120 million, at the same time Liverpool made contact, it was on Monday, with Eintracht for Gyökeres And Ekitike. So basically what was the strategy from Liverpool? Try to get Alexander Isak, go there, express the interest in making a bid, then if Newcastle are opening the doors, let's go and do Isak, otherwise go get a player who's always been a target for Liverpool, because if you are here on my channel, subscribed, you know I spent the whole summer telling you, keep an eye on Ekitike and Liverpool, keep an eye on Ekitike and Liverpool, even when people say that Chelsea is close, keep an eye on Ekitike and Liverpool, because he's always been a target. But obviously, Alexander Isak is a dream target. Liverpool tried, Newcastle keep not opening the doors and maintaining their stance, not for sale for this summer transfer window, and so what Liverpool did was to attack Gyökeres And Ekitike, who was always a top target for Newcastle, because on Monday Newcastle had a bid rejected for Gyökeres And Ekitike, 78 million euros, Eintracht said no to that proposal. Then the story expired. At the moment, from what I'm hearing, despite yesterday many of you sent me reports of deal advancing with Newcastle, yesterday the day was already over. The story was already over for Ekitike and Newcastle. Newcastle are out of the race to sign Gyökeres And Ekitike, completely out, because Liverpool entered very strong, reached an agreement with the player on a 6-year contract, reached an agreement with his agent, and also Liverpool not only went strong to the player, but also approached Eintracht. That was at the beginning of the week. Now, today with an official bid. This is the exclusive story from today, because they presented a bid to Eintracht, close to 80 million euros, rejected by Eintracht as they want more. Why they rejected? Because Eintracht in the morning insist that they feel there could be more clubs joining the race for Ekitike. Maybe Manchester United later in the window. That's the feeling of people at Eintracht, that maybe Man United can enter the race, but Liverpool have been very clear. They have an agreement with the player wants to go to Liverpool, the player wants to move to Liverpool, and also the player, Gyökeres And Ekitike, via his agent, communicated to Eintracht that his desire is to go to Liverpool. So now the story is quite clear. Liverpool remain in conversations with Eintracht. The bid was rejected, but was also the opportunity for Liverpool to open official, formal conversations with Eintracht after verbal contact made on Monday. And so now advancing on a deal to sign Gyökeres And Ekitike. This deal could be done any moment, because we know Liverpool love to be fast in their negotiations. So that's what they're trying to do with Gyökeres And Ekitike. Let's see if it's going to be today, this week, next week. We will see. But for sure, Liverpool are accelerating. Liverpool are going fast. The agreement with the player is okay. The salary is not an issue. The relationship with his camp is excellent. Richard Hughes, with his strategy, always had this plan clear. Let's try for Alexander Isak, but Ekitike is not a second choice. He's a player they wanted since the beginning of the window with Liverpool. Then, obviously, if you can get a dream like Alexander Isak, why not trying? But at the same time, Newcastle maintain their position, their doors closed to this story. And this is why, at the moment, Alexander Isak is still not moving from Newcastle. And Liverpool are advancing for Gyökeres And Ekitike. So if they can't get Alexander Isak, if nothing surprising happens on Newcastle's side for Alexander Isak, Liverpool will go for Gyökeres And Ekitike. Newcastle are completely out of this race since yesterday, because yesterday Newcastle started calling for different strikers. So Newcastle are back on the strikers market. They wanted João Pedro, he went to Chelsea. They wanted Ekitike, he's close to Liverpool. And so now Newcastle are back into the strikers market, making some contact around already last night and today, showing that this story for Ekitike is completely over. And so let's follow what happens there, but for sure an interesting one. I keep receiving, guys, many questions from Arsenal fans on Victor Gyökeres. For Victor Gyökeres, guys, the conversation is still ongoing. In London, the agents of the player are still in London to try resolve the agreement between all parties involved. Sporting, Arsenal, player side is already everything okay, 5-year contract, Gyökeres is fighting to go to Arsenal, but obviously it's really important to agree on the add-ons. They are really on it. On every single hour, every single minute, Arsenal and Sporting are working on this deal. So as soon as it will be agreed, guys, I will let you know. But they are still working on the add-ons, showing to you that when on Sunday there were reports of deal done, that was not done. That was simply not done. That was close, for sure, because they agreed the first part of the fee, but not the add-ons. Still working on the add-ons in London. Can be, also in this case, any moment. I've been telling you for the whole week. So as soon as I have an update on that, I will let you know. But just to give you the context, the negotiation is still ongoing. The conversation is still ongoing. Arsenal are still working on the deal. Not happy with the situation with Sporting because they keep fighting on every single detail. So it remains a story that we have to follow on daily basis. But for sure, Viktor Gyökeres is not changing his mind. Even when Sporting presented again to the player the prospect of Saudi clubs to enter the race to offer him crazy money, the answer from Viktor Gyökeres remains the same. He wants to go to Arsenal. His dream is Arsenal. He's not considering Saudi even if they're offering completely crazy money. So that's the position from Gyökeres.